All right, Autumn Drift Matsuri at Ebisu. Was it even worth it as a spectator? Yes, oh my God, yes. All right, even as a spectator, it was 100% worth it to go. If you're into cars, you need to get there at least once. It was unreal. All right, that's my experience anyway. I'll tell you about my whole experience, and then that way you can make up your own mind if you think that it's going to be worth to go. Firstly, I need to preface this with some background information. Number one, this is my real experience. I spend a ton of time watching automotive YouTubers every single day. So when I met certain YouTubers in person at Ebisu, that was my version of meeting an A-list celebrity, all right? I have them up on my TV every single day. I'm sure you guys understand what I mean. Number two, this weekend was incredible, and every single time it was incredible is because of my wife, all right? And not just because she pays for everything. If I went by myself, I would still have a ton of positive things to say about my experience at Ebisu over the weekend. But every single highlight moment and core memory that I have of the weekend was typically off the back of my wife being nice to somebody over there. And then we would have some kind of incredible karmic return on that every single time. Like without fail, every time we were nice to people, really good things would happen afterwards. Okay, so apart from the obvious cool JDM cars, the wild atmosphere, the amazing car sounds and the tires squealing, or the simple fact that you're just in Japan, all right, the biggest highlight was definitely all the people that we met. We first got to Ebisu and we didn't know where to go. The first car park we found was down near Nishi, so we've pulled up there and headed to check out the closest cars that we could find. All right, we'd been at the track for less than 2 minutes and my wife had made herself a new friend, and really lucky for me, our new friend's husband was actually out driving on the track and offered to take me for a passenger run. So this is exactly what I was talking about when I say that these amazing experiences were because of my wife. After we said thanks for the Paso run, you know, from these incredible strangers that we just met, we ended up giving a lift to a couple fellas who were down at Nishi. They seemed to know Ebisu better than we did, and we ended up at North Course. There was a particular reason we wanted to end up at North Course, and this is one of the highlight moments of my entire holiday and time in Japan. During our time in Fukushima, we ran into another Aussie, but not just any Aussie. This guy is a pro drift car driver, and without getting into too much of the detail of how or why, we were invited to come and see them at North Course to hang out and even go for a couple laps in their car. This absolute legend is none other than Samit himself. I literally got to go in a car with a pro driver in Japan drifting at Ebisu. All right, and this isn't the kind of experience that you could pay for. There wasn't a line that you could stand in to have this happen. All right, this is literally how blessed I was during my time there. Yes, chat, hot.
Hello there.
When I was hanging out in the pits, basically standing around being awkward as anything, there were a ton of YouTubers that I watched, like Cool Kid from BX, Raisa Miata. They were super friendly as well. And in the pit right next door was Jimmy frickin' Oakes. I seen Jimmy the night before at dinner, and I was actually starstruck. Like, dude, this is Jimmy Oakes, just sitting there with Grant Anderson like a regular person. Anyway, my wife encouraged me to go and say hello, and so in typical Aussie fashion, I was like, hey, I'm Jet, I'm a big fan, can I buy you guys a beer? That's how I'm going to tell the story. I bet they look at it more like it's my goofy ass walking over, tripping over my words, nervous as hell. Can I get you guys a beer? But whatever. I got to then sit down and chat with them and ask them the kind of stuff that you might not know about if you just watch them on YouTube. Back to North Track. So we're hanging out at North Track for a while. Then we decided that we're going to keep going around Ebisu to see some more of the tracks. We ended up heading down to School Track, and the night before we'd met another group of Aussies. And I say we, but again, it's because my wife offered to take a group photo that started our conversation with these really cool people. And that led to even more new friends, and more importantly, more car friends. All right, these dudes are cool as hell. They invited us to go with them for some laps as well. All right, core memory unlocked. The fella that had my wife in the car with him had a little ding, but everybody was okay. The car was fine. You know, it's an Ebisu missile car, so he was driving it like it's meant to be driven. Right, we headed back up to North Course because all of the other tracks start to close at different times throughout the day. I'd ran out of film on my GoPro at this stage, but wow, guys. You hang out at the track all day and all night, you'll see that as the lights come on, the experienced racers start to hit the track for some of the craziest entries into North Course. The tracks are not as busy, but they're still very busy with like really good drivers. Some poor guy even rolled a car there on Saturday night. The next day, we went back to Ebisu. This time, we started off down at West Course, and I got to witness firsthand Autumn Drift Life. That's his Instagram tag, is Yukio Tarumi, in his Pro Spec S15. Oh my lord, that fella can drive the wheels off that thing. And then Jake Jones, a Drift Squid on Instagram, he has the RB powered M3. I think it's an E92 M3. That car is a work of art. The stuff like the tube work, the immaculate body. I mean, obviously this is just what I see as like somebody walking by who appreciates it, but hot damn, that thing is beautiful. We only stuck around for a few hours on Sunday though, because we had a flight to catch. Overall, guys, it was such an incredible experience. I just wanted to share, my version of it and low-key brag about all the great people that I met and the awesome time that I had. But I want to encourage like anybody else that's even just considering heading over there, even if you are just going to be a spectator, it's worth it. I went as a spectator, had one of the best weekends of my life. It's really kind of funny to say that I've gone to Drift Matsuri just to watch, but originally when I'd went over, I thought that I would just go to Drift Matsuri one time. Like that's, a bit of a bucket list kind of objective for me. But I was there for about 4 hours and I just started thinking, man, this is cool. This is really cool. I just want to come back again and again and again. And so now I'm in the process of like, how do I get a car over there? Obviously my mind's going to start to run after a great holiday like this, but it's really opened my mind to the possibility of owning drift cars in Japan and everything. Like, if you stuck around for the whole video, I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed some of the footage that I got. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video.